test on my beautiful Audi. But today we're gonna have a really informative and helpful video today for you guys. I'm basically gonna be going over how to get your Audi A4 or S4, and that's generation B8 or B8.5. But I'm pretty sure these maintenance, these maintenance routines work for any Audi generation. It's like things that we're going to be replacing that are vital to the performance of your vehicle. So just to go over everything, we're going to be replacing our spark plugs. As you can see online, I got the red top, red top coil packs. Next, we'll have our ruthenium high ignitability NGK spark plugs. I know laser and I believe iridium are really popular ones to use, but I've done some research and ruthenium is actually the most high-end one to kind of choose right now. So next over here we have our high pressure fuel pump. This is a very important part to replace right here. As you can see, the high pressure fuel pump, replacing this part here is supposed to fix a lot of problems as far as ignition and acceleration, and just getting that full power and response from your vehicle, because these vehicles do lose a little bit of power over time. However, the power isn't like permanently gone. You can kind of replenish that power. Also, here we have our cam follower. I got the cam follower from ECS Tuning, but I got the high pressure fuel pump from Parts Geek. I'll try to see if I can leave the link in the description. So yeah, that's what we have. We have our coil packs, high pressure fuel pump, cam follower, spark plugs. Oh, and I can't forget, you're also going to need some dielectric grease. All right, now for the tools that we're going to need. Over here we have a 10mm triple square bit. It was a pain in the ass for me to get this particular tool, but I finally got my hands on it. You want to make sure, because I've watched other videos of people replacing the high pressure fuel pump on their Audis, and they don't mention this, so I wanted to make sure it was very important that I mentioned that you have to buy a extended 10mm triple square bit. If you get a short triple square bit, 10mm triple square bit, it won't be long enough to reach the high pressure fuel pump inside the vehicle. It won't be long enough. You're going to need to extend it. As you can see, I have multiple extensions for it, just so it can reach the places, because as you'll see later on in the video, there are hard to reach places that this tool has to reach. All right, so moving on with that. Oh, and by the way, it's connected with a 3/8 socket. You're gonna need a ratchet, 3/8 drive ratchet. And as you can see here, I have more extensions just so I can reach the spark plugs later on, and of course for the high pressure fuel pump. And those are the tools you're going to need to replace the high pressure fuel pump and cam follower. The 5/8 deep socket is going to be to connect your ruthenium spark plugs from our good friends NGK. And yeah. Take off the cover for your engine. All right. If you see here on top of the coil packs, all of them have these things here, which basically is what is holding the coil packs to the harness over here. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put some pressure on it, kind of just pull it back, and snap it off just like that. Wait. It's gonna take a little bit of push, but once you get it, you got it. Now, this is where your flathead screwdriver comes in handy. Basically, you could kind of get like a small pop or a small release from the bottom. Honestly, I've seen videos of people using a flathead, but you know, if you're a tough guy like me, you could just kind of wiggle it a little bit, and it's gonna take some pressure, but you can kind of just... All right, now that we have our good old coil packs removed, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I kind of had to merge 2 other videos because I previously recorded a video of me replacing the coil packs. I just never had a chance to upload it, but I went ahead and did it again. It was a very simple process. You just remove the harness and then wiggle the coil packs right out. Now you connect your extension, your 3/8 extension, to your 5/8 deep socket, and your good old friend, I believe that's a ratchet. Yeah, and yeah, you basically just go ahead and stick it right in there. That's for your spark plugs, and you go ahead and get that, pop that bad boy right out. Bam, there you go. So you got it loose. Go ahead and unhook it. You're gonna do the same thing for all the sockets, pretty much. I got this one pretty loose now. Pretty simple job, and to believe that Audi would actually like charge you a ridiculous amount of money to get these repairs done. It's like, you know, it's hard to believe. This is like really a, you know, like less than an hour job to do. And Audi actually tries to say that it takes multiple hours, and you know, they have a really high per hour service rate. Yeah. The Pcv valve I was telling you guys about earlier, replacing this is part of this whole process. It's a very simple process. You purchase this thing on YouTube, you pop these hooks off with a flathead screwdriver, and then you just, you know, take it off and snap the other one right back on. All right, now that we have our good spark plugs all loosened out, as you can see, they're all loose. You can literally just wobble them right out. If you're having the problem that I'm having here and you cannot kind of get them out with your deep socket, it's not magnetic, what you can do is simply grab your good old coil pack and just stick it right in, and as you can see, it connects straight to your spark plug. Quick, simple, easy process. Here it is. Let me show you here. Bam. Comes right out. As you can see, my coil packs are, yeah, they're looking pretty bad. All right, now for the next part of the process. I told you guys earlier you wanted to get some dielectric grease or spark plug boot protector, whatever you want to call it. Serves the same purpose, you know. Here on this channel, you guys know how we do. We don't cut corners. We do everything the right way, so you don't want to skip this step, because what happens is if you don't get your dielectric grease or spark plug protector, whatever grease, you have the chance of getting your spark plugs or coil packs stuck, and the next time you try to replace it, it'll be really hard to get everything off. And there's also other technical reasons you guys could probably look up as to why you should probably add dielectric grease to your spark plugs. And all right, next thing you want to do is you want to get your spark plug and go ahead and connect it to your 5/8 deep socket. The way you connect it is the white tip in first, no homo. So once you get that connected on your extension bar, you go ahead and just drop that baby in, and the same way you got it out is going to be the same way you're going to put it in. So what I do is I usually just hand tighten everything. So now we got all our spark plugs hand tight. And we're gonna move on to the next step of the process. Okay, so we just successfully installed and replaced our old spark plugs to our new spark plugs. It's all there. Now we're going to be putting in our new coil packs. I got my dielectric grease all over the edges and the tabs and inside and stuff. Like I said, the grease is just gonna help with the convenience of being able to easily remove and install your coil packs at any time. And like I said, there's probably tons of other reasons on Google that you could just search up, but that's my reasoning behind it. And yeah, for this part of the process, it's pretty simple. You know, I got my cool looking red top coil packs, and you just stick them in. I always start with the 4th cylinder or the topmost cylinder because I don't know, man. I've done this a couple times already, and usually whenever I start with the 1st cylinder, it's always just a little more difficult. So I'm gonna need 2 hands to do this part of the process, but I'll go ahead and lay them down for you so you can see what it's supposed to look like. You know, you wanna have them facing your harness. Just line them up like that. Bam, bam, bam. And it does look pretty cool too, so you know, yeah. All right, since you guys missed it, all we pretty much did since the last step was get our spark plugs nice and secured in, and you know, reattach our harness. Next, you want to get your screw and screw it right back into the harness placement right here, so it keeps it in place. And now we are about to go ahead and replace this bad boy right here. All right, YouTube, now for the fun stuff. We're gonna be replacing our high pressure fuel pump. First thing first, you're going to want to disconnect this electrical connector right here. Pretty much you're just gonna like, bam, like that. Once that's disconnected, we're gonna get a pair of needle nose pliers. I totally forgot about mentioning this in the materials, but now you know. Get some needle nose pliers. You want to unfasten this thingy majiggy right here. Kind of just want to like, you know, pry it off. It's a process. You know, this German engineering stuff. They tend to make things very tricky sometimes. So I believe how you do it is you just want to like, bam, boom, almost had it. So you want to like unfasten it and like pull it off at the same, like simultaneously. Well, as you can see there, like there's juices flowing out because there is pressure in this fuel pump. In my case, I was kind of driving it this morning, so there's still a lot of pressure in there. So you want to be very careful. You want to go very slow and be very patient while you're removing this. Even like as you see I'm doing here, just let a little pressure just kind of like ooze out, you know, because it's definitely in there. I'll start recording again once I get that off. All right, so as you can see, I got my fuel hose out of the high pressure fuel pump. Then it looks something like that. See, mine's just kind of rusted up. That just goes to show how old it is. Next thing you want to do is you want to grab one of these stubby wrenches so I can just go ahead and adjust it to where I need it. So I pointed it out. That's the screw we're gonna be removing right there. And I'll start recording again once I get it removed. All right, so since you guys missed it, I basically unscrewed that nut right there. I was originally using this adjustable stubby wrench, but I noticed that it couldn't keep a good, you know, hold on it. So instead I just went ahead and grabbed the regular size standard 17mm stubby wrench that I also had, and I managed to get the screw out. It was kind of a pain in the ass, but I did it. Also be aware, this is a high pressure fuel pump. This thing is like pushing high pressure fuel all day. So you want to be very careful. There's going to be fuel splurging out of here, you know, so just take your time with it. And yeah. All right, now that we successfully loosened that hose up so we have a little bit more room to work with, we're not gonna be completely removing it. We're just removing the screw just so we can kind of have more flexibility. Next, we're going to need our 10mm triple square bit with an extension so that we can reach it right there. I'm gonna go ahead and point to it. That's it right there on our good old Audi A4. So now, bam, you're just gonna stick it in like that, and we're gonna go ahead and start unscrewing it now. So now that one's out, our second one is here at the bottom. You can see it hiding right under there, just hiding. Well, time to take it out. All right, YouTube, we successfully got our 2 screws out. Now, we should be able, as you can see, that hole is open. That screw at the bottom is unplugged. That screw is unplugged, and from this point, we should be able to go ahead and remove our high pressure fuel pump. Yeah, just slide that bad boy right out. Ugh. There you go. Woo! There it is. This whole thing. Got that thing out of there. And inside here, as you can see, it has some oil. That just goes to show how bad I needed to change it. And the O-ring, because the O-ring is what was letting the oil through in the first place, which is what was giving me so many issues. And inside there, we have our cam follower. And you just pull the cam follower out just like that. Alrighty, so as you can see there, I went ahead and cleaned out that housing for the high pressure fuel pump. With all the excess oil that was in it from the leakage. And went ahead and got that cleaned out. So it's looking all shiny. Since we're talking about shiny things, we got our shiny new cam follower and our shiny new high pressure fuel pump. So we're about to get it in there. Same way it went in. It's a certain way, as you can see, like there's like a little thingy at the top right here that indicates where, like how exactly it's supposed to go in. You see? So you just want to go ahead and slide it in there. Bam. Bam. There you go. Now that that's out the way, our cam follower is officially replaced. This was the old cam follower. It wasn't doing too good. Anyways, we got our shiny new high pressure fuel pump. And the same way we took, same way we took it out, it's going to be the same way it's going in. All right, so basically, you're going to line it up. Just line everything up. Ooh. Line that up in there like that with the little screw holes and stuff. Once that's lined up, you want to line up this little thingy at the bottom with the HPFP. You can go ahead and start, like lightly screwing that back on so it can get like, a secure placement in. Sorry that the video's, kind of screwed up. It's just so much going on right now. Yeah. All right. Now, all right, so I went ahead and got everything lined up. As you can see, I got the 10mm triple square bits lined back up in their placements. So I can go ahead and start screwing them right back in. I'm gonna start with the bottom one. Nice and tight. Next thing we want to do is grab our 17mm stubby wrench and go ahead and tighten up that screw at the bottom that we did earlier. Get it hand tightened. But like, I got it hand tightened, so now I want to just, you know, go full throttle. All right, so here's a better view. I went ahead and got, let me see if I can point at it. That screw tightened. I put that 10mm triple square bit back in. We put that, see if I can point at it. That 10mm triple square bit back in. Now, we have to grab our T27 torque screw and go ahead and harness our hose in over here that we disconnected earlier. We can go ahead and plug our electrical component here back in and make sure it snaps so you know it's real. And I'll get back to you guys when I go ahead and secure this screw in. All right, YouTube. So it looks like we got a job well done. We have our T27 screw tightened back up to this pipe. We have our electrical component nice and plugged in. We have our 10mm triple square bits nice and tight. We have our 17mm bolt down there nice and tight. We have everything nice and organized. Next thing we have to do is just plug in this last hose right here. And it's gonna take 2 hands for me to do it, kind of just loosen that up and slowly slide it in. But yeah, man, that's a job well done for the day, pretty much. You know, we changed our cam follower, we changed our high pressure fuel pump. We got new red top coil packs, which should improve my performance. We have our ruthenium AGK spark plugs, which should also improve them performance, fix a lot of things like misfires and ignition problems and startup problems and acceleration problems. All kind of problems are going to be fixed from the things we worked on today, pretty much, you know. And yeah, you know, I'm glad you guys watched and probably learned something today. I hope you all could just drop a like, comment, subscribe, depending on how well this video does. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. I might go ahead and do something else, you know, drop a nice high-end air filter maybe, get that middle resonator delete to get some nice sound out of here. And you know, maybe even go ahead and do an ECS tuning, you know, like a stage 1 probably, and you know, move up from there. But I'm glad you all got to see me do some maintenance on my car, and hope you all get to do some maintenance on yours, save some money. Don't forget to get that plugged in all the way. And yeah, we're good to go, man. As you can see the difference from that high pressure fuel pump. It's nice and shiny, new. Whole thing right here, it's like before and after. See, there's oil all in the sides. The O-ring is going bad cam follower. We're good to go, man. So glad you all got to enjoy. See.